Harvey Karma, look at his karma. Watch this.
Well, we was never in touch. Steve was he was a star. I was a crowd warmer.
Yeah. Now, Apollo. Did you host Apollo right after Steve Harvey?
No.
Okay.
I host right after Monique.
Okay.
Right.
Interesting.
The funniest part that I was Steve Harvey's crowd warmer. When he was the host, I was the crowd warmer for Steve Harvey.
Wow. Yeah. What did that kind of consist of? Like before he hit the stage, he was already.
Yeah, I had the crowd going. You know, it's about just amping up the crowd, and you know, I always looked up to Steve, especially when it came to dressing and things of that nature. But somewhere along the line, some kind of communications didn't go well.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's like where y'all just fell out of touch or something?
Well, we was never in touch. Steve was he was a star.
That's his karma right there. See, look,
and I
everybody
think,
coming out now.
I did something to offend him, so to say, from my knowledge.
The only thing you did,
Steve used
funnier
to
than him.
dress and change throughout the course of the shows, and I used to change and dress out the course of the shows. So people started making me clothes because they wanted their stuff to be seen, even though I wasn't televised. You know, and I remember, you know, this is the time when Jodeci was out and, you know, all of that. So somebody made me a leather jumper.
Damn.
And I didn't think none of it. It was hot. The crowd went crazy for it. I came out, had on the boots and the leather, you know, and then it was time to bring Steve out. And Steve had on some real hot stuff. And the crowd was going crazy. He said, "Y'all like this? Y'all like this?" And they was going crazy for him. He said, "Yeah, this ain't that leather stuff that these clowns or corny something to that extent." And of course, it's like, wow, really?
You're in your city.
Yeah, exactly. Like, wow, where did this come from? And so the people felt it right away. And then I didn't think much of it. And then we started going on tour. I'll never forget this. And this is how much I knew that I bothered him with it. We were on tour, we was in Dallas, the Apollo tour. And they wanted Steve to just come do a segment to, you know, because he had the radio show there. And they, you know, I was hosting the show. So he said, "Nah, I'm gonna host the show." So, of course, I'm on contract to host the show. So he told me, "Yeah, just give him his money, he can go." So they brought me to his dressing room. And he said, "Oh, yeah, I remember you. You the guy who, you know, dressed." So right there, it was like evident that I bothered him with it. Yeah, exactly, out of all the things. And so a friend who was running the show, Joe Gray, was like, "Nah, Capone is contracted to do this show." So we agreed that Steve would do the first part and I would do the second part, and that was it. So years later, I'm still hosting the Apollo till this day. They got the big comeback with Showtime at the Apollo, hosted by Steve Harvey. Every comedian in the world got a call except me. Every comedian, and even the people that run the show was like, "Wow, something happened between you and Steve?" So, you know, that was confirmation right there.
And y'all haven't like connected?
Never.
Nah,
never. But you know, you hear the stories, and I'm a small fry, so I don't think that I would have that much impact to anything. But
you'd be surprised, brother.
I don't know what it was.
Intimidation.
I don't know what it was.
You know what it was.
I can't speak, but I know I've seen how it played itself out. So
he's afraid he was gonna outshine him, bro.